person even though I do not want to.
What's the date on that response from Ms. Sneiderman?
Monday the 30th.
And what time?
I'm sorry, you said Monday the 30th, what night?
Monday, August 30th.
Go ahead.
And what time does the defendant respond?
7:33 a.m.
Thank you. Is that all the communication that's identified on that state's exhibit?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, at this time and with your permission, I'd like to play an additional clip.
You may.
It's identified as clip 10-1.
10-1, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mrs. Sneiderman, I've handed you a document that's stipulation number 4347 and 3810, 3811, and 3812. Do you recognize that as an email sent by Mr. Newman to you?
Yes.
Okay. Go below that top email to your email to him. On September 7th
Yes.
at 6:12, let me finish my question.
Yes.
6:12 a.m.
Yes.
You sent to Mr. Sneiderman sent to you
Yes.
photographs,
That's right. We upload our photos to Costco.
100 photos,
From her birthday, yes.
her being Sophia.
Yes.
Okay. So Mr. Sneiderman sent the photographs to you, and then at 9:26 a.m., you forwarded those to Mr. Newman.
9:26 a.m. Yes, that's what it says.
So again, it's you sending those photographs, 100 photographs to Mr. Newman,
100
correct?
photographs of Sophia's birthday party, including the cake that I was referencing in our verbal conversation, yeah.
And on September 8th at 11:37 a.m., Mr. Newman responded.
Yeah.
He said, "You and the kids are amazing.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing that with me.
Yeah.
Didn't realize Sophia helped with the cake.
Right. There were pictures of Sophia helping with the cake.
Looks like you had fun, though a twinge of stress there for a minute."
Yeah, the cake was about 4 feet tall.
Is it true that you sent these photographs to Mr. Newman after you had emailed him about being angry and repenting?
This is on September 8th, so technically, according to a calendar, that would be true.
According to a calendar,
Yes.
that would be true. According to any measure, that's true.
That's correct.
If you would look at 3811.
Okay.
Did you send to Mr. Newman an additional 98 photographs
Right,
of
all
that
from
birthday,
Sophia's birthday party.
Let the lawyer finish. Let him finish the
I thought he
question.
was finished.
of that birthday party?
Yes.
And again, Mr. Newman received those photographs and responded, "Thank you."
That's it. Correct.
Your Honor, may I push the witness?
You may.
Ms. Goff, I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 35. For purposes of the record, it's date stamp page 5575. And this, I want to direct your attention in particular to the top of the email. Can you tell me what date that email was sent?
September the 8th, 2010.
And who was it sent to?
From Ms. Sneiderman to Mr. Newman.
Is there a subject line?
There is. It's a forward. You're invited to view my photos.
And what does, I'm sorry, you told me it was September the
8th.
8th. You're invited to view my photos?
Correct.
Okay, and can you identify who the first of all, explain to the jury, what's a forward? What do you talk about when you say a forwarded email?
It's when you receive an email and you want to literally forward it to another person for them to read. It will actually have an FW colon and then the original subject line.
And who, so then, are you telling me that the defendant received an email that she then forwarded on to Mr. Newman?
Correct.
And who was the email from that Ms. Newman forwarded on to Mr. Newman?
From R. Sneiderman at bellsouth.net.
Okay, and was there, what is the content of the forwarded email?
It appears to be some graphics and then a description underneath one of the icons that says new album 9/6/2010, album 1 of 1, 100 photos total.
And did Ms. Schneiderman, was there any content to the email that she sent to Mr. Newman?
The content would have been this group of icons as a part of the forward.
All right, Ms. Goff, I'm going to hand you, Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
State's exhibit number 37, and for purposes of the record, and identify that as date stamp page 643, I'm sorry, 6463.
6463?
Yes, sir.
Was there a 36?
It's 37, Your Honor, I skipped 36.
Oh, that's fine. I was keeping
Thank
notes. No problem.
I hand you State's exhibit number 37, and I'm also going to hand you State's exhibit number 38
Okay.
as date stamp page 6486. So it's are those sequential numbers that I just read to you? I want you to take a look at those, please, and see if State's exhibit number 37 and 38 appear to be 2 pages of the same email chain, a continuation that just went on for 2 pages. Is that what it looks like to you, or can you tell? If
It
you can tell,
appears to be that way, but I can't say for sure without seeing the header of the second
That's fine.
email.
Let's talk then first about State's exhibit. Thank you. About State's exhibit number 37, I'm going to ask you about the bottommost email. That would be the first email on State's exhibit number 37.
Okay.
Who's that email from?
Ms. Sneiderman?
And who is it to?
I can't tell because it doesn't have a 2.
What's the date of that email?
It is dated September the 13th.
September 13th? All right. And what is the content of the email?
It says, I think Lori will be in town on Wednesday night after the quad. She may want to do dinner. Not sure. Should I ask her?
And is there any response to that email?
Yes, Mr. Newman responds on Monday the 13th. Lori Williams, question mark. Dinner with you and me, question mark. I thought you were with SSG until some crazy hour.
And the response to that email?
Ms. Sneiderman wrote, not this Wednesday. It's a misspelling, THW. Wednesday, we are in Cambridge. She is the lead auditor for the quad. I am guessing she might want to do dinner.
And is there any response to that email exchange between the defendant and Henry Newman?
Mr. Newman says, up to you, though I would rather be just with you.
And did Ms. Seidelman respond at all to Mr. Newman's email? Again, is this all, and let me just refer, is this all email exchanges taking place on August 13th?
On September 13th.
I'm sorry, September 13th, 2010?
Correct.
Okay. And the subject line is Lori?
Lori with 2 R's.
And what was Ms. Seidelman's response?
Not sure it is up to me. I think she will want to join us, so we should probably keep that in mind in case she tags along last minute.
We've already, Your Honor, may I proceed?
You may.
This is State's exhibit number 38 that we've already identified for the record as date stamp page 6486. I'm going to refer you to a particular portion that may sound familiar because it sounds similar to, actually identical to an email that you just read on State's Exhibit number 37. What is the date of the email that I just referred to you, the portion of the email that I just referred to you?
Monday, September the 13th, 2010.
Okay, and can you read the portion that I identified for you? Who is that email from?
It is from Mr. Newman to Ms. Sneiderman.
And what was the content?
Up to you, though I would rather be just with you.
And is there any response to that email?
There's no response. There is a follow-on communication from Mr. Newman to Ms. Sneiderman.
Okay, thank you. And can you read what is the date of that follow-up communication?
It is Tuesday, September 14th,
Okay, what's the time?
15:58:38, so 3:58.
So around 3:58 in the
Yep.
afternoon?
Correct.
And Mr. Newman responded again to Ms. Sneiderman, is that what you said?
It appears to me that he responded to his own email
Okay.
to both parties.
To both parties, okay.
Correct.
And what was the content of that?
Do you know where she is staying, or are you going to have to continue to justify 2 cups of coffee, then smiley face?
And that's on the 14th?
That is.
2 cups of coffee, and the subject line to that email was what?
Lori with 2 R's, or R-E colon L-O-R-I.
Is there any response to that email from Mr. Newman by the defendant?
There is. No idea actually, but I assume she will also be staying at the DoubleTree. Not funny, by the way, smiley face.
Is that the last communication?
No. Mr. Newman responded to Ms. Sneiderman, but you did laugh, admit it, in a wink emoticon.
What's an emoticon?
It is a way of digitally making a smiley face or some sort of emotion within an email.
Okay, so you were reading that as it was written.
Correct.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
All right. Ms. Goff, I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibits number 45, 46, and 47. For purposes of the record, State's Exhibit number 45 is date stamp page 6200. Exhibit 46 is date stamp page 6201. And Exhibit 47 is date stamp page 6202. Can I approach the
You may.
Take these, and hand you 3 pages as I've identified them for the record, states 47, 46, and 45. If you take a moment and look at that and see if you can recognize whether that is a long or continuous email chain that extends over 3 separate pages.
It appears to be a long string.
All right. Do you need any water? Because it's going to take a minute. Do you need some water?
Yes. I need glasses for this one.
That's bad. I'm going to have you start at the bottom.
I'm sorry.
You need some glasses?
I didn't bring them. I didn't realize it was going to be quite this small.
It's pretty small. I'm going to highlight it for you. If you need to, you can turn around. It might be a little
Okay.
larger on the back. If I might approach the witness, I'll direct your attention.
You start here.
All right, I'm going to ask you to start on page, State's Exhibit number 46 at the bottom of the page. No, I'm sorry, I'm going to need you to. On State's Exhibit number 47, that's date stamp page
Where's my,
6.
excuse me, so where's my juror? She need to sit up. Is she okay? You okay? Yeah, I need to be able to see everybody, so don't disappear on me, okay?
I'm going to direct your attention to this email right here. And when I say this email right here, can you identify for the jurors what date was the email that I just referred you to?
This is an email dated September the 12th, 2010, at 1:19 p.m. from Ms. Sneiderman.
And who's that email to?
It doesn't have a to field, so I would have to assume.
Is
So
the entirety of the 3 exhibits I just gave to you, do they appear to be an email communication or a string between Mr. Newman and the defendant?
it does appear to be that way, yes.
Okay. Can you read the content of the email that we just referred to?
I can.
This is number 47, is that right, ma'am?
What exhibit number on the bottom of the page?
It is exhibit number 47,
Number 47?
and it is the first complete email from the top on the beginning of the page.
Yep.
Are you comfortable
can-
with what I'm referring to?
I can.
Mr. Petrie, are you comfortable with what?
I'm fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's 47.
Okay, sounds fantastic. How did you hear about it on DVD? Question mark. Just finally finished cleaning up. Crazy. I know you are in charge of Friday, but really random question. Does it sound nuts for me to ask if you would want to go to the theater on Friday night? I am not even sure we would make it there in time. Plus, it is a fortune, I am sure, and that is a lot for me to ask. I even considered paying for both you and for both of our TIX, T-I-X. But not sure I can swing that right now either. Anyway, it was just a random thought, not a requirement at all. There are plenty of other great things to do in London. Not even sure anything good is out there. Sorry for the random thoughts, just starting to realize that I only get there once every 10 years.
Okay, and I'm sorry, what was the date of that email that was from the defendant? What was the date?
September the 12th?
September the 12th. Is there any response?
There is on this page.
And what's that page? What exhibit number are you?
This is Exhibit 46.
And exhibit 46, if I might approach the witness,
You're
Your
right.
Honor, is Bates stamp page 6201. I'm going to ask you if the response to Ms. Sneiderman's email that we just read, is that contained on state's exhibit number 46?
It appears to be.
Okay, and who's that response from?
That is from Mr. Newman,
And what date was his response?
September the 12th
And what time was his response?
at 13:32.
Okay, can you read the content of the response, please?
It says no at LaFont and Sandy Springs, and if you'd like to go, and if you'd like, we could go Friday. There's a showing at 2 o'clock, which would get us home for the holiday by 4:15. We'd love to see it with you. I was planning a surprise for Friday. Since the cat is out of the bag, I wanted to go with you to a dance club, and yes, I may not be good, but I do dance. I love your idea, and it would be wonderful but expensive, and I love my idea as well, and probably also wonderful. The problem with the theater is we can't get half-off tickets at Leicester Square, even though the hotel is close, since we will be in Cambridge on Friday morning. Unhappy emoticon. We can figure it out next week, and I love your random thoughts.
Is that the last email communication on state's exhibit number 46?
There is two above it.
Okay, can you read, who's the next email communication from? And I mean the next one up from the one you just read.
Ms. Sneiderman,
To whom?
it doesn't say, but have to assume.
And the time that email was sent?
Can I correct?
Please do.
There's actually there's one from Mr. Newman to Ms. Sneiderman in between. So,
Okay, can you
sorry.
read that one for me, please? The one from Mr. Newman to the defendant?
I'm going to correct it again because this is not lining up.
Difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult to read these. There's a response from Ms. Sneiderman
There's a
On-
response from Ms. Sneiderman?
on the 12th at 1:38.
Okay, all right. Can you read the response that Ms. Sneiderman had on September 12th,
I can.
2010?
There is a wink emoticon. What a fantastic idea. Yes, we can figure it out. I have always wanted to go to a club in London, although I am sure I am nowhere near cool enough. My clothes are certainly not trendy enough. Wink emoticon. Friday, I would love that, but I have a million other things to do, so that would not be a wise decision.
Are you able to tell, is there a response to that email?
Mr. Newman responds
And what time does Mr. Newman respond?
at 13:42.
That's approximately 1:42 p.m.
Correct.
On what date?
On the 12th of September. It says, neither are mine, but who cares? I think you're cool, and we'll have a blast. Movie on Friday. Play it by ear and let me know Friday a.m. When when after you work out and shower, parenthetical, which will be about when I wake up, wink, parenthetical.
All right, any further response?
Ms. Sneiderman responds, way to rub it in. And that was it.
And that was it.
Well, there's a half of one up here. Okay.
Thank you.
So you said that's a half?
There's a half of an email, but not a full email. Okay.
Continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Goff, I'm going to hand you what will be one of the last emails. This is State's Exhibit number 39, and it's State Stamp page 6485. Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, be careful.
Thank you. I'm going to direct your attention I'm going to direct your attention to the portion of the email, the first full email that is on that page, including the content. I'm going to ask you if you can identify State's Exhibit number 39.
That section is an email between Ms. Sneiderman and Mr. Newman, from Ms. Sneiderman to Mr. Newman.
All right, and can you identify the date that that was sent?
That is Tuesday, September the 14th, 2010.
And what is the content of that email?
Honest is good, and maybe I'm not being honest enough, not sure, but I do not want to ruin the trip overall, and you know that. Desire versus reality, as you know, is typo.
Let me stop you right there. What was that part? I'm sorry. It was September 14th, Tuesday, September 14th. What was the response that you just read?
Honest is good, and maybe I'm not being honest enough, not sure, but I do not want to ruin the trip overall, and you know that. Desire versus reality, as you know, it's a typo. Oz, a world I am trying to ignore because I have to. So sorry, not fair to you, I know. I have other thoughts, but not the time right now.
Thank you. Is there additional communication on State's Exhibit number 39?
There is. Mr. Newman responded to Ms. Sneiderman.
Okay, and what time did Mr. Sneiderman or Mr. Newman respond?
16:37, so approximately 4:37
On the same date?
on September the 14th.
Okay, can you read the content of the response, please?
Yes, he says, there is nothing you can do or say, and I will do nothing to ruin the trip. When you arrive back on Saturday, September 25th, I want you to say that it was the best trip you ever had, without any commitments to me, regrets to yourself, or anything else. We'll talk Saturday somewhere over the Atlantic.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
All right, I'm handing you, Ms. Goff, what has been identified as State's Exhibit number 40, State Stamp page 6491. Do you recognize State's Exhibit number 40?
It's an email.
It's an email similar to the emails that we've been discussing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And at the first full email on the page, can you identify who sent that email?
This is from Mr. Newman to Ms. Sneiderman.
And what's the date?
It is Friday, September 17th,
And what's the time?
12:51.
Okay. And can you read the full content of the email for me, please?
You say you tell me too much, BS really. Because of what you told me before about what was going on in SSG, I talked to Chad and Paul, and that really improved my relationship with them, and I think it also opened the door a bit more for you. I know you were troubled, upset, etc., but let's keep things in perspective, and I do love you.
And I do love you.
Correct.
Thank you. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
All right, Ms. Goff, I'm going to hand you what has been marked as 46, exhibit number 41, and this is stamp page 6501. We're getting close. This is, can you tell me, is this an email exchange, or does it appear to be an email exchange on the GE accounts of Andrea Sneiderman and Henny Newman?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. And can you identify for me what is the date of the first, meaning the bottom of the page, the first email communication that was sent?
September the 27th, 2010.
Okay. And who sent that email on September 27th, 2010?
Ms. Sneiderman?
To whom?
There's no to
Okay.
field.
Can you identify, or can you read for us, please, the content of that email?
I can. I am so sorry that you are sad right now. I feel terrible that I have not supported you in your situation. I want to do that, but you know how conflicting the whole thing is, but I still want to do it. If you want to talk this week, I'm available. Please do call me. I will try to call you on my way home today around 4-ish, Andrea.
Is there any response?
Mr. Newman responds on the 27th at 2:46.
That's the following day, Monday?
Monday, September 27th at 2:46.
Okay, and what is the response?
Please don't be dealing with it as difficult as it may be. Just knowing you are there for me is enough. Thank you for being my friend. And as your friend, I won't do that to you because it just pains you. Besides, I'll be on a flight when you free up. Go home, relax on the way, think of me and smile, and love your peanuts. Miss you. Thanks, Hemi.
Is there any response to that email from Mr. Newman?
There is. Again, September the 27th, and all of these took place on the 27th. This is from Ms. Newman. Are you sure? Well, if your flight is still delayed, when you have no choice but to talk to me. Smiley face. Not a lot of relaxing going on these days, but I'm trying to get there. I need a routine. Is that even ever possible? Smiley face. Me.
You said Mrs. Newman.
I'm sorry, Ms.
Can
Sneiderman.
you clarify, is Mrs. Sneiderman?
Sorry,
The
Sneiderman.
yet?
Well, I just want to make sure the last response is from,
Ms. Sneiderman to,
if you could, I mean, just put it in context, would you read the last response from whoever?
sure.
On the same page?
Ms. Sneiderman responded to the Newman email. Are you sure? Well, if your flight is still delayed, then you will have no choice but to talk to me. Smiley face. Not a lot of relaxing going on these days, but I'm trying to get there. I need a routine. Is that even ever possible? Smiley face. And it's signed me.
It's on me?
Me.
Okay, can you look at the top and just be very, very clear, who was it that sent the email?
That would be Ms. Sneiderman.
Ms. Sneiderman. And she
All right,
said,
ladies and gentlemen, you've been going about an hour. I try to give you a break so you can stretch and refresh yourself. Now, this is going to, bear in mind, this is going to be your last brief break before we go into a longer break. So, where's my deputy? As soon as he gets around, it's going to be, it will be an aggressive break, whereas it's going to be within that 10-minute range, and it will be a real 10 minutes. Use it as you deem appropriate. Mr. Deputy, 10 minutes.
All right. Welcome back to 11 Alive's continuing coverage of the Andrea Sneiderman trial. It is our second break of the morning. It's about 7 minutes after 11 o'clock. I'm Jeff Hullinger, along with Marcia Shine, who's the president of the Georgia Association of Criminal Defense Attorneys. There is a lesson, I suppose, for a lot of people out there. Be careful.